Welcome back to Jobbers Only, the quest to make by far the #1 brand in wrestling entertainment with nothing but a roster of local talent. We're well on our way to turning our local jobbers into global sporting icons, and this week we must get back to winning ways. We're only 115,000 fans ahead of Kurt Angle's SmackDown, and our goal is to finish the year at least 500,000 fans ahead of second place. But this week is gonna be a cracker. It's the Hell in a Cell Premium Live event. Last week, Kyle Slickman attacked Jerry Hattrick to make Jerry lose for an unbelievable 4th successive time, and he faces Jerry in the main event for the world title this evening, with Jerry looking to get revenge and potentially even save his career. Jackson Smooth also interfered with Stacked McSlack's match against Cash Suplex, with Cash coming out victorious. We start with our old rival Mick Foley hitting us with a double cost card. A double cost card? That's not going to affect me in any way, surely. I got plenty of money, and I'm sure I'm not going to be made to regret saying that in just a few moments' time. I slid into my inbox to check my messages. I can't imagine there's going to be too much going on. I hope there's not. We've got Hell in a Cell week to organise. Wait, why do I have so many inbox messages? What's happening? Oh my god. Are these all going to be contract renewals? Maya T. Kirk starts off the conversation, and she wants a new contract. It would cost $73,000. We have $300,000 in our budget, give or take, and this seems expensive for Maya. She's not that over with the fans right now. She only has 53 popularity, and I tried to negotiate her down to 51,000. But no, she insists 73,000 or nothing. What do I do? Reluctantly, I give in and sign the contract extension for Maya, but she's annoyed that I tried to haggle. Ali Brawler then wants a word, and she also wants a new contract. How many of these am I going to have? Hopefully she wants to be reasonable in the negotiations. She's one of our bigger female stars with 79 popularity and is a tag team champion. There's 231k left in our budget, and she wants 111,000. I've already annoyed Maya T. Kirk. I don't think I can take the risk with Ali Brawler. She's a champion, she's in a big rivalry with Penelope Perfect. I decide to pay it, and money is getting extremely tight. Pretty Ruthless's contract is up. I don't want to keep her, so that's fine. I can just let her go. Oh, she doesn't want to stay anyway. That was easy. And finally, with $120,000 in the bank, it's time to see what Stacked McSlack's demand will be. Ali Brawler asked for $111,000, so if he asks for that, we can just about afford it. And he'd be worth it because he's bringing the X Factor to our heels this season and has 92 popularity. How much does he want to stay? 319,000? Excuse me? Well, it's with a truly heavy heart that I have to announce this will be Stacked McSlack's last week with NXT because we were unable to agree terms. And my inbox issues wouldn't even end there. Triton comes to tell me that he can't stand teaming with Jerry Hattrick and blames Jerry for their losses. Triton, you said you wanted to be paired up with Jerry, and after you lost, you said you were a great partnership together. What are you talking about? You know what, I don't want to see you together anyway, and no one else does either. Finally, the saddest message I've ever seen in my life. Jerry Hattrick, the baddest biker in the land, and a man that was once upon a time accused of being made out of solid metal due to how formidable he is, tells me he feels like he can't stop losing and wants a win this week. Well, he's got the biggest match of his life this evening, and I'm not going to be interfering. Will Jerry finally pick up an overdue win and retain his World Championship belt? I see a special promotion card in the store, and without even thinking about it, I buy it. Everyone knows how good these cards are. Wait, how much did that cost? Why do I only have $38,000 left? Oh no, what have I done? I frantically apply a free crew booking, special effects, and advertisement power cards just to save some cash, but even with those, $38,000 is nothing, and I've got to pay for my arena. And oh yeah, Mick Foley used a double cost card on us. I thought I'd regret saying that wouldn't make any difference. It's Hell in a Cell week, one of our biggest shows of the season, and I can barely afford to put on a tables match, let alone a Hell in a Cell. How am I going to save this week? Firstly, I apply one of NXT's Fighting Champion cards. This will help me boost my title match ratings, and I apply the special promotion card that I arguably just wasted my money on. Other than that, the only thing I can do is put the best possible marketing spin on this week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hell in a Regular Ring. Yeah, all 5 matches have to be normal matches because I can't afford anything else. We start off with a bit of a random tag team title match. We had to get the men's tag belt on the line to make the most of our Fighting Champion card's rating boost on title matches. So Silence and the military man Dante Roberts team up again. We know they're a great team, they're the champions, and they're going to be facing Cash Suplex and John the Fish Herman, a giant duo. And here we go. Match 1. Hell in a regular ring. Are Silence and Dante Roberts going to continue their reign of terror in the men's tag team division? Silence might be small, but he shows his strength by tossing Cash Suplex around the ring. That's a man more than 12 times his size. But with an unlikely shot at becoming a title holder again, remember Cash Suplex is a former world champion from season 1, he shows no signs of giving up. Is he going to get Dante Roberts counted out? No! Dante makes it back in with a fraction of a second left. But his partner Silence is being thrown around like a rag doll by John the Fish Herman. And oh my god, what a move from Dante on the Fish. He's like a maggot on a hook, and he does it again. It's lucky Cash is there to keep breaking up the pin. Dante is using all of his military strength to his advantage here, and a man that spends 99% of his time sat by a lake with his rod in his hand isn't going to compete with that. Or is he? He slams Dante into the ground. He's stunned. He goes for the pin, and he gets it. Out of nowhere. Cash Suplex and John the Fish Herman become tag team champions. What an opener. The crowd are stunned. It's a 4.5 star classic, and we seriously needed that to get ourselves started. Penelope Perfect then appears on screen. What's she doing there? Oh, she's advertising. She loses 4 popularity as she recommends that everyone clicks subscribe, but she gains us $16,000. That is massively needed. Oh yeah, I couldn't afford to put on more than 3 promos, and I realised that we've added a whole new dynamic to this challenge now. With money so tight, we need stars to start selling out in promos to help us bring in some cash, and I'm not talking Cash Suplex. This means we'll lose out on some call-outs, charity, and self-promos, but we're desperate for the money. We have no choice. Next up, Trixie Gambit, our female champion, boasting a 3-2 record so far this season, waits in the ring for her challenger. It was only a few weeks ago that Cora Cutt returned to NXT, and now she's been thrust into the limelight on the biggest stage, Hell in a Cell Week, in a Hell in a regular ring match. But she looks confident as she makes her way to the ring dressed like a cross between Marilyn Manson and Boy George. Cora has the chance to regain the women's title that she held in season 1 as she takes on the most feared woman in NXT right now, Trixie Gambit. Trixie looks nervous. There's something in the air right now. She's never faced anyone but Penelope Perfect for the women's belt before. Is the pressure of being our most popular superstar getting to her? Cora hits her with a spinning kick to the head. And it's over! What? That was so quick. I was right. Trixie did not look right in the ring tonight. She's going to regret calling Cora out of retirement and back into the NXT scene. She's taken her belt and the rivalry is completed. Where does Trixie go next? And what happens for Cora? It's a 5-star legendary match, which throws off our drama curve again. That was another silly mistake for me to put that as the second match rather than the opener. It was an unbelievable match that ended in literally around 10 seconds. I'm not really sure I'd call that legendary, but at this point, with the drama curve off, I don't think anything else could go wrong for us this week. Or could it? Precious Silver then grabs the mic and says that precious metals and fiat currency is actually a really bad place for you to invest, and begins advertising NFTs and coins. Hey, I did say we were desperate for money, and she raises a much needed $13,000. Knowing the week couldn't get much worse, the nerves kicked in as I heard that legendary disco soundtrack. Jackson Smooth was making his way to the ring, and he was taking on Stacked McSlacks in Stacked's last ever match for NXT. The fans knew that Stacked had been difficult all season, and they were desperate to see Jackson win. Hell, even I was desperate to see Jackson win. I'll pass this one over to Ferg because, frankly, I'm too scared to see what happens.
Thanks, Luke, and like you say, Stacked McSlacks means business here in NXT. But he clearly doesn't attribute any of his success to the brand, as he's reportedly just agreed a multi-billion-dollar contract with the Wrestling Federation of Saudi Arabia. It's not looking good though, as Stacked McSlacks is toying with him. All this recent success has gone right to his head as he slams him onto the ringside floor. That'll be sure to put Jackson out for a few more years. In true Smooth style, he's giving everything he's got as he hoists Stacked up and hits a Jackson knife powerbomb! 1, 2... How has Stacked kicked out? I'll tell you what, say what you like about this man, but he is tough as nails. And now has the upper hand on Smooth again. What a recovery. And there it is. The surrender to suspenders, and this one's over. Jackson Smooth gave it everything he had, but McSlax walks out of NXT with one last win to his name. At least he gave us a 4-star rated match for it.
I can't actually believe what I'm witnessing here tonight. And there's only one match left before the biggest match we've ever had. It's the newcomers Bobby Marquis and Jerry Sweat looking to end their feud. We've seen both of these walk away with victories in recent weeks, and they've both been absolutely neck and neck in the standings. Bobby is 2-3 for the season, Jerry is 3-2, and won the last time that these two faced. I don't know where these two go next, but one thing's for sure, I'm excited to see who wins this one. And it's Bobby Marquis that starts up on top, putting the pressure on Jerry Sweat with a flurry of strikes and moves. But if we know these two, neither are going to give in anytime soon. And they don't. They trade blows back and forth, and eventually, only one man could come out with the victory. Jerry Sweat. That could do wonders for his stock with NXT. It's a 3.5 star rated match, not bad for a normal match, a hell in a regular ring, with low rated jobbers that aren't in the title picture. Finally, the main event. Jerry Hattrick puts his world title on the line, and we've been waiting for this for at least 10 weeks. It's hard to believe that a little over 10 weeks ago, Kyle Slickman and Jerry Hattrick were batting for the same side, the best of friends, with Jerry Hattrick poised to make history, only to see Kyle pinned and his legacy shattered. Since then, the two have been the worst of enemies. It's a level 4 rivalry that has even threatened to tear families apart, with Jerry once telling Kyle that his 22-year-old supermodel wife had been in his DMs calling him granddaddy. Kyle looks as confident as ever as he makes his way to the ring. And why wouldn't he be confident? He's the Jobbers World Cup champion. He's had the better of Jerry multiple times recently. And Jerry makes his way to the ring. But wait, he's not coming in alone. He's walking in alongside 3 other members of the NXT roster. It's Jerry Hattrick, Jackson Smooth, Cora Cut, and Penelope Perfect, all wearing matching clothing with a slogan clearly displayed across their t-shirts. GOAT season. The 3 additional members exit the ring, and it's time. I'm handing back over to Ferg, Kyle, Jerry. One man takes it all. Hell in a regular ring.
May I just say what an honour it is to be in the presence of these two greats. These two despise each other, there's no doubt about that, as Jerry starts things off strong. But as you mentioned earlier, Luke, Kyle looks extremely confident and responds well with some of his patented vicious offense. However, not long after we've watched Slickman unloading on Hattrick, Jerry's back up and on top again, hitting a crazy 360 senton. That was incredible for a man his age. But what? Have you ever seen a move like that before? Slickman back on his feet in a heartbeat and hits Jerry with a knee. And he doesn't stop there, picking Jerry up on his shoulders and hits a Kyle driver. 1, 2, 3, Slickman wins! Slickman wins! In the most dramatic fashion, Kyle Slickman is your new NXT champion. And could this be the end of an era for Jerry Hattrick as the crowd weeps tears of sorrow on his behalf? It's a 5-star legendary match, but you already knew it would be.
What a week. What a week. The drama and excitement, considering we had no money to spend. We had fallouts, we've had issues, but we've delivered a good show there where Cora Cut and Kyle Slickman became champions. Cash Suplex and John the Fish Herman became tag team champions too, and the fans booed relentlessly as Stacked McSlax exited the ring and NXT as a winner. But it was a bad week, booking wise. Bad match types, no Hell in a Cell, even if I would argue that what we came up with was better. The drama curve was messed up. What would the results say? And we gain 159,000 fans. A really disappointing result considering we had multiple 5-star matches. The SmackDown gained, only 9,000 more than us. That's alright. We still gained more than Raw and NXT 2.0, but that's a given. Our roster is going to see some pretty big changes now. Titles have changed hands, rivalries have ended, and we have a new set of superstars coming through our ranks. But are we going to have enough to carry us to the unlikeliest of victories?